drop us out. I'll drop us.
Everything else that was hacked recently, they didn't make a big deal out of that. I'll be honest, I think if he did have something, they would have released it. They would have been glad to release it. I don't want to take advantage of something. I have something that others don't have. I don't like the way that looks, but I would be able to do that if I wanted to. I'd be the only one that would be able to do that. If we wanted to, I just don't want to because I think that would be a conflict. We're doing them a tremendous service by doing it. We are going to build a wall, and people will go crazy. I don't blame them for what's happened. I don't blame them for taking advantage of the United States. I wish our politicians were so smart. They had a meeting. Nobody knew, not even Rona, my executive assistant for years. She didn't know. I didn't tell her. And that's because we have no defense. That's because we're run by people that don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I love a good polka in the morning.
Say, was that good for a new?
I like it.
Intro? Somebody said something about Trump doing the accordion hands the other day. I was like, oh, I bet I can find a good accordion hands Trump video.
That had to be one of the more high effort ones because you had the polka playing, and then all of a sudden, like whenever the accordion hands would move in and out, it would actually play some of the accordion sounds.
I tried to blend the chicken dance in where at least it would seem like he was like on the ones where he was playing, it was sort of on the beats of the chicken dance. I tried to like time the start of it where that it would match up a little bit. And I do put some effort into these things to make them be like, what's the one where it's the cricket chick, like it's got the beat playing behind her while she's like crying about the chickens or about the crickets, and there's one spot where the beat drops right as she like sniffles it, like, and that's deliberate. I did that. Like I try to make a good production value out of the intros that I do. I know some of them I just like ham fist throw them together, but I do try to make most of them be decent.
Yep, they're pretty solid.
All right. Well, I mean, we may as well carry our conversation from the group chat over to this. I don't think did we talk about this stuff on Monday? I don't think we really talked a whole lot about.
I wasn't here. I didn't watch the show yet.
Which thing? The penny or the shooting or what?
Well, like the penny verdict hadn't come out yet on Monday morning when we were talking. We were talking about the stuff from Friday, but at that point we hadn't actually had the final verdict on the second charge, so we didn't have anything to talk about with that. I mean that was interesting to say the least.
Yeah, I can't believe they actually let him off. Like, to me, I thought that New York, people in New York, something like that, they would. He probably. I figured he had a rigged jury, especially considering how long it took them to deliberate over it. Like.
Yeah, but you got to understand though, even though they might have tried to rig the jury, people in New York are sick of this shit on the subway, and they're tired of it, and they knew this guy did the right thing, and he stopped.
Well, but they didn't come out and like just. To me, that the not guilty verdict would have been like that. If that were the case, if that's how people felt, I feel like the not guilty verdict would have been like super quick. But
the thing that was really weird and confusing for me about it was the jury was hung on the manslaughter. So and the manslaughter was the higher class felony in that. That's the class B. Class C goes 5 to 15 year if convicted. 5 to 15 years in prison if convicted. So when they were hung on that and couldn't come to a decision, and then the defense moved for a mistrial, the judge denied that because at the same time prosecution moved to dismiss the charges. And the judge, in what was largely considered an unprecedented move, the judge went with the prosecution and dismissed that charge. And then they adjourned for the weekend. So it seemed really suspicious, and it seemed like what they were trying to do, what the prosecution was trying to do, was drop the higher charge to get a conviction on the lesser charge, which was the negligent homicide, which is a class F felony that would have carried a maximum 4-year sentence. So that, like, all the talk over the weekend from like legal experts and stuff like that was like, okay, if this works and what they're hoping to achieve out of this actually happens, then that gives prosecutors an incentive to overcharge on stuff in the hopes that if sentencing doesn't, or if the trial doesn't look to be going their way on the overcharging, then they can just drop the higher charge and get a conviction on something lesser. But
I'm operating under the assumption that prosecutors already do that. The people were saying, acting like this is some new precedent. I hear cases all the time where they charge them for, like, you know, whatever they can do. Like, if there's a, you know, obviously if they have a, you know, illegal firearm charge.
They're gonna attack everything else on.
Okay, so the difference on that is, more often than not, in the situation that you're talking about, it's a plea deal. So they'll charge them with something in order to get them to plea out on something, and then you avoid the whole legal process. Then you don't have to worry about whether or not a jury actually gives you a conviction on it. In this case, like, they're banking on the jury, because Daniel Penny's not pleading out on anything. Like, he didn't do anything wrong. And so they're banking on the jury to convict. But then for the jury to come back and say not guilty, like, that was what was really crazy, because you would have thought if there wasn't enough evidence, if they didn't have enough to convict on the manslaughter, then that would have got the not guilty. And then they would have had the, you know, been more split on, well, he might not have done that, but he definitely did this. But how, like, did he do this to, it was just really weird how they came back with not guilty on the lesser charge after being hung on the higher charge.
What was the dude's name? Jordan Neely. It was kind of funny how his parents came out of the woodworks, you know, trying to get a payday, you know, with that civil suit.
Hadn't seen him in 15 fucking years, but now all of a sudden he misses his son, and it was so terrible. We didn't have to go through this. Yeah, motherfucker, nobody had to go through this. You'd actually been a fucking father.
Didn't he also threaten Penny's dad at the courtroom when he clapped when he got?
I think that wouldn't surprise me.
I think Penny's dad was clapping when the non-guilty verdict came out, and then of course Neely's dad was like, "You want to die?" or something like that. He said that to him, and I'm like, "You just said that in a courtroom?"
Yeah.
But nothing will happen to him because he's on the wrong side.
Daniel Penny's right there. I don't think I would want to mess with him.
Right. If Jordan Neely's dad really said that, Daniel Penny's dad should have been like, "This is the same threat your son made. You really want to test this?"
Yeah, exactly.
Throw this up, Trey.
Oh.
This is what his dad would deal with.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's great.
All right, I'm coming up to the school. I'm about to cut out.
Well, there was an interview that happened right after.
That was a good interview.
Yeah, here, I'll play a second of that.
I mean, I'm not a confrontational person. I don't really extend myself. I think this type of thing is very uncomfortable. All this attention and limelight is very uncomfortable. And I would prefer without it. I didn't want any type of attention or praise, and I still don't. Mm-hmm. The guilt I would have felt if someone did get hurt, if he did do what he was threatening to do, would never be able to live with myself. And I'll take 1 million court appearances and people calling me names and people hating me just to keep one of those people from getting hurt or killed. I mean, I'm not a confrontational person. I don't.
Yeah, this is
Sad thing
the kind of guy you want. Like, especially like
this used to be the norm.
Military.
Yeah, it used to be the norm. It used to be what people would stop this shit happening when it happened, and they wouldn't put up with it. And now it gets put up with every day. I mean, my wife and I lived in New York for a couple of years. It sucks on the subway sometimes. People are assholes. It's not fun. But
John Rocker was before his time.
John Rocker was right.
I love that dude. Did you see the tweet he had where he said we should tear down every George Floyd memorial and put up a statue of Daniel Penny?
That's awesome. That should have gotten a lot of retweets.
Oh, it did.
It did.
It did.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. I think it's frustrating. Oops. Sorry, hold on. It's frustrating being on the end of the subway where you're dealing with that crap on a regular basis.
I just saw a video the other day. There's a dude just like waving a gun around the subway and the cops aren't doing anything. And it was just everybody like in one of the cars on their cell phones, like crouched down.
Well, do you remember? This is probably maybe 2 or 4 years ago where they were pushing people into the subway as it was going by.
Oh, that was this year.
Was that this year?
There's
It's crazy. Was this year?
Well, I mean, you know what? There could have been multiple occasions.
Yeah.
Multiple. Yeah.
It happens all the time, you know?
Yeah.
Well, dude, like there was that precedent set legally that one time where the guy was like getting stabbed on the subway and the cops just stood there and watched it happen.
Yeah.
That's where that whole precedent where the cops aren't legally obliged to protect and serve.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then what do you do? Like if you're on there and something's going on, like, you know, now this whole trial is telling people that they can't stand up for themselves.
Well, it was trying to. Yeah, it was trying to.
Well, I think it still did. I think it still did because right now,
because he got charged. Yeah. I mean,
people don't want to go through
too.
that, you know, because
right. You're gonna spend 1.5 years in a cell waiting for your trial, and then you got to go through all this bullshit, and then you've got the social media storm and all of these like insane BLM fucks saying, "Oh, we need to be having some black vigilantes." But black vigilantes doing what? Like, are y'all going to police yourselves? Because that's the only thing that you need to be doing. Right. Whites aren't the ones on the subway doing this shit. So are your black vigilantes going to start like policing your own community? No. Y'all are going to support the worst of the fucking worst. Shut up with it. We need black vigilantes.
This is their kind of response.
Yeah, fuck
this fucking dude. I
hate these people.
No, this guy specifically.
People want to jump up and choke us and kill us for being loud.
Being loud. He said he wanted to kill people. Like,
right. It wasn't because he was being loud. It was because he was literally threatening to kill people on the subway.
Yeah, you guys weren't at the movie theater.
How about we do the same?
Yeah.
I mean, you could be at the movie theater. Remember Aurora, Colorado? So
attempt to oppress us.
Yeah, but that was a ginger though.
I'm tired. I know you're looking for us to be like,
he didn't have
oh,
hair.
Go and march. No, this weekend I want you to hold a community event everywhere from the Bronx to Houston to Seattle to Florida. Black people hold community event.
What the hell's a whole event?
Talk about what you
hold.
It's the letters you don't say that really mean the most.
I'm saying, yeah, you're missing my point. Fucker can't speak.
That dude's name is like Hawk something. He's like related to like some sketchy church or something, if I remember correctly.
Hawk Newsom.
Yeah.
Does the sketchy church have to do with the guy in Chicago?
That's Hawk Tua's great uncle.
So that's why she talks black and she's
yeah.
Something. Oh god.
No, it's just the whole like you're gonna start like what are you gonna start? You want more of you people gone because like starting shit like that not gonna go well for you, obviously.
I mean,
Well,
like it's
hold community events. Hold community events sounds fine. What are you doing with these community events? Like, how are you using this to build community? That's a good idea. If you're using it as a community event to
burn down a city, Summer of Love,
right? Then branch out and burn down your city. What are you accomplishing through that? I mean, it's a big reason why BLM has been, to a large extent, pretty irrelevant for the last 3 years or so. You had the George Floyd riots where they literally were burning cities down. Then you follow that up with one of the BLM founders having like an ancestry thing done that showed that her entire family, or she was descended from a bunch of slave owners. And then you had all the stuff with like all the millions upon millions of dollars being used to buy all of these mansions and stuff. And after you had all of that stuff consecutively, then everybody was like, okay, well, fuck them. We're kind of done with them. And then the one redeeming moment the BLM had was after the 2020 election, whenever like Biden didn't follow through on any of his promises to them, then they got real mad about it. And then you had here this year with this election cycle where they were calling out the DNC for just ramrodding Kamala Harris into the nomination instead of actually like having a primary. Like the only time that anybody cares about what they have to say anymore is when they actually say something good, which is few and far between, like once every 3 years.
One of my favorite verbs, ramrodding.
Team ramrod.
No, but oh shit, what was my point? I was trying to think. God bless it, I forgot.
I mean, it's too cold though for them to be out there protesting right now. They're not going to go out and protest now with it being so cold. They got to wait until summer before they can start burning down cities and protesting again.
Well, you know, I think a lot of people are fed up. You know, we got Venezuelan gangs like breaking into Joe Burrow's mansion while he's playing Monday Night Football.
Wait, that didn't happen. That didn't happen.
No, the organized gangs. You haven't heard about that where they're breaking into athletes' homes? Like Travis Kelce got hit earlier. Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow got hit during Monday Night Football.
Pull that up.
No way.
Yeah, and like
do this.
The cops don't come out and like give all the details, but like if you read between the lines, it's basically like illegal immigrant gangs are fucking, you know, doing these like highly organized hits.
Or illegal aliens. Stop saying immigrants. We're not fucking immigrants.
Who broke into Joe Burrow's house on his birthday? What? House was broken into. Bedroom window knocked out. Female was in house during robbery. It's like completely messed up.
Yeah, Mahomes, Kelce. There's been a few others. I can't remember specifically who. There's a couple NBA players too, and they always seem to hit when they're not at home. You know, because they're obviously like public figures. It's like, oh well, we know he's in Arlington, Texas tonight, so we'll hit his house in Ohio.
That's crazy. Because I mean, I know that like some of this stuff is kind of public record, like a lot of people know. But then again, these guys usually have like a couple of homes, so like I don't know.
Yeah, I think like Kelce had like 20 grand in cash in his mansion, and they got that.
Do they have to declare that if they take that much? Because I know if you pull like anything over 10 grand out of the bank, you have to declare it. And
yeah, well, I don't.
From the government to pull
what's that
money out.
There's a form for that.
Yeah, I want to see if they filled out their form, because if they haven't, they should charge them with that more than the theft.
Yeah, or being here illegally.
No, they can't do that.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't charge illegals for being here illegally.
Fucking Carlos.
They'll just claim it as reparations.
We prefer to be called a great replacement. Sounds. That's actually funny, Carla. So, speaking of some insanity, this is pretty funny. I have no idea the context. Well, there's a little bit of context behind the story, but apparently, so this is in Sandy, Utah. This guy said was told he like bought. I guess he bought a used car. He bought a Subaru.
Looks like he bought a lemon.
That's the first problem. Is you bought a Subaru.
Yeah, it's like
the gayest car possible. It's like you want to say you're gay, you buy a Subaru.
Yeah, so apparently they sold it to him as is, and then this is like,
Whoa!
That's awesome.
He
Brakes
said,
stop
I'm returning
working?
this car. He said, I'm returning this car.
Is that a problem with the brakes?
No, it looks like it stopped just fine after he achieved his goal.
I see. That's where I would have been like, "Whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to. Accident. Just forgive me."
You're like, "Hey, my brakes weren't working. I was coming to check it out."
I bought it off the lot. Like, it's not working, y'all. Like, I just can't do anything with it. Y'all keep it, okay?
Right, like what's the worst that could happen? Like if he doesn't make the payments, they come and repo it.
Like, y'all take it back. I don't want it anymore.
So I've been playing a little bit of Minecraft with the kids again. So I'm kind of getting back into it. It's kind of fun.
Is this a new update?
Oh, that looks so painful.
My dad did that on our stairs one time. He went like,
Oh God, that looks so painful. That's awesome.
Those edits are great.
Well, I wonder if that's what happened to Mitch McConnell recently.
Oh yeah, apparently.
You take a spill?
I don't know, but he doesn't look good.
Is your head okay after that fall?
Oh my God, that reminded me of something else.
He's total
really
like.
not there.
They need to put the spinny wheel of death on there.
No, they need some fucking Tweety birds from like Looney Tunes flying around his head.
Yeah, and then this is like he fell or something, man.
Wait,
look at that! Look at that hand! Look at how
He fell in the Senate and busted his hand up. I mean, he's fucking 82 years old.
Yeah.
But, oh, I'm so mad! I lost this fucking.
I do have an important question from JD Vance here.
Are you a faggot?
Oh, that's a classic one.
I love that AI can kind of make those kind of things happen.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
So apparently, one of the Mario brothers has apparently been caught.
Oh no! Oh, I saw this.
So Luigi Mangione, I guess is how you pronounce it. Mangione. It's probably like Mangione if I had to guess. Italian. But yeah. So apparently, somehow this is the same guy as this. I don't know how you. This guy looks way more tan. This guy looks like pasty. I mean, like me. So I don't know. It's not me. To clarify.
So you're saying one of them looks Northern Italian, the other one looks Southern Italian?
Yes. One's Southern Italy, one's Northern Italy. Yes.
I don't know why they're blaming hit on
I sure hope no one
blaming the
sees
hit
you
on
eating my burger
Italians.
in this conspicuous public location and then finds the manifesto and gun up here.
Did you guys see?
This is a weird story about
it. Yeah, nothing adds up. Did you guys see that people were like review bombing that McDonald's, leaving 1-star reviews?
I posted that in the private chat.
That's amazing.
It's got a rat problem.
It's got a rat.
I don't know, man. Like, I think too many people are celebrating the fact that it was a CEO that got murdered. Like, I get it.
I think there's too many people who care about it in general. I think
it was just if it was just like an average CEO of some company, nobody would give a fuck. But the fact that it's United Healthcare, who have some of the highest rejection rates on claims of any of the insurance companies, like they were rejecting 90%, like two times higher than Blue Cross Blue Shield. Like, yeah. That I think if it was just an average CEO of some $1 billion company, nobody would have thought anything of it. People definitely wouldn't be like coming to the defense of the shooter because of the
Popeye would have helped him hide the gun. Waffle House would have done it for him. I got you.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. I mean, I get it. I do understand, but if you want to blame anybody, blame fucking Congress and Obamacare for really screwing up our entire.
No, it goes back longer than that, but
yeah, it's screwed.
No, it goes long. It goes, but that was the final death nail in it. I understand it goes back further.
Yeah, but that goes to why the Department of Education should be ended, because people don't actually know any of that and don't take the time to look into any of that or to find out any of that. So
that's because they're retards. Don't end the show.
Well, yes. In the Department of Education.
Don't tempt me. I will. Don't tempt me.
Trey's got an itchy trigger finger, man.
I got shit to do.
I'm not like I may not do the thing that Luigi Mangione did whatever, but I have a quick trigger finger on ending the stream when we say retard. So.
Well, sometimes you get that jam or
Yeah, it's the in-stream jams, a little bit. But this is a funny one. An Italian goes to jail because he couldn't resist flirting with a hotel receptionist. An Irishman celebrates his innocence by immediately going to a bar. We're so back in the early 20th century. But I just don't care. Like the amount of people getting like butthurt over the fact that happened. The fact that old Luigi over here.
I mean, that's the narrative, though. That's what you're going to see in the mainstream media because Xerxes can bleed. They saw that like you could just walk, go into your 5-star hotel, get capped.
I love that they made him like.
Wait! Oh, you didn't play the end. The celebration.
Oh yeah.
Bang bang.
Yeah.
Damn it! You got to it before I did. Here, I got this one here.
From Luigi's Mansion. Oh my god.
Mario. I don't know. I think too many people are celebrating it though. I don't think it's something to celebrate.
I mean, I just don't care. I'm not gonna cry. Oh,
well,
poor
no, I'm not
CEO.
crying, but I think though that this is where Marinchuk comes in as like the vengeful son, man. It's gonna feel good.
I don't care. I'm not gonna.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying in general, people are celebrating it.
I mean,
like, that's gonna happen.
Nobody's gonna cry over spilt CEOs.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you guys are understanding what I'm saying. I'm not saying cry over it. I'm just saying it's a slippery slope to be celebrating.
Oh, we're over the edge at this point. I believe personally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
we slid down the. We've already slid down the cliff.
Well,
Right, we're on full slide now, baby.
Yeah.
We're just trying to ride it out and have some fun.
yeah.
Hmm.
It's you're not going to change this until there's something fundamentally that changes. Like you can want in one hand and shit in the other, and it's not going to matter how you feel about it. Like the people are going to be upset with the healthcare industry because it's a shithole. And then the other, everybody's just going to be they're upset at the whole system. The system is screwing the average person in every capacity. Whether it be, our food manufacturing, everything, is screwing us in some way. And so people are not going to care what happens to, CEO, man. They're just not like.
And I mean, the whole regime zeitgeist, all the leftist lunatics, all that. I mean, it's out of my control, so I'm at least going to have a sense of humor about it. And it sucks. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Steve. It sucks. I know, but I'm going to laugh at everything.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I do get it. It's just, I think it's a slippery slope.
I feel like you're in that position. You have that opportunity. There's that guy could have been the catalyst to do something about it, and he didn't. Instead, he kind of accelerated it. So it's like,
yeah,
I'm not going to make amends for someone doing something to him, but I'm not going to sit there and go, well, oh, he's just poor CEO, man. He does nothing. See, because that's.
I don't think anybody's saying that though, Trey.
They are.
Nobody's.
They really are, Steve. They are. They really are. They're. I'm literally having arguments with people right now that are saying that a CEO. They're literally telling me that a CEO.
Don't argue with retards.
No, well, these people are claiming to be smart, so that's what I'm telling you. There are a lot of really smart people who are telling me that because he's a CEO, that he has no say in anything that the business does because because of the bureaucracy, because it's obfuscated. So that's what I'm saying. There are people that are doing the opposite of what you're saying. That are trying to say that someone does not I don't know. Like I said, I don't care either way. This Luigi guy can die in a ditch, and so can the CEO die in a ditch. Now I'm not saying if I personally were able to help these people, would I help them even in time needed? I would do whatever to help fellow man, whatever. I would help people, but I'm just saying this kind of person doing this kind of thing. I don't know. You're gonna get this kind of crash of these two insane people. You have the insane CEO doing insane things, screwing everybody, screwing the average person. You have the insane person, average man, who gets screwed by the system, does something stupid to that person. It's like it would be like Iran and Russia nuking each other. I really don't give a I really don't. Iran and Russia can nuke each other to their heart's content, as long as we don't have the nuclear fallout on our side of the earth. I don't really care.
Hey, we might get lucky. We can expand Alaska.
It's big new Alaska over there. Yeah.
New Alaska.
New Alaska.
Silicon Valley is such a funny show.
Yeah.
You ever watch that, Trey?
Yeah, I love that show.
New internet.
Yeah.
That's a Mike Judge show, Steve. You should check it out.
What is it?
Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley.
Oh, okay.
It's basically making fun of the Silicon Valley nerds who do startups and stuff like that. It's hilarious.
What's the guy's name? Gavin something. He's a stand-in for he's kind of a hybrid of Bill Gates and who's the dude from Amazon, Bezos.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just crank it up and make him just completely batshit insane.
The further it goes on, he's just like an egomaniac.
He keeps a young 21-year-old around so he can swap blood with him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The guy. Yeah, I remember that. He's got the guy. He's just yep.
He keeps him on a strict diet.
Yeah, that has him on a diet and everything.
But
all right, now I need more blood.
That classic Mike Judge humor, though. You got from like King of the Hill and Idiocracy and Office Space.
Yeah, it's really good. Highly recommend.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen this? Oh, go on.
I got to bounce. You guys have a nice day.
Have a good day, man. Have you guys seen this story about the lights in New Jersey?
What lights?
The drones or all the.
Seen that.
I follow what was the podcast I was listening to the other day? They were talking about it. I can't remember, but there's all these lights going on in New Jersey, New York, New Jersey, where they're seeing like they're either drones or they're saying they're aliens. I don't know, Project Bluebeam kind of thing. But it's one of those things. It's like I don't know if I believe this whole story or if it's just something taken.
See,
up the
I can
news.
believe the lights, like some kind of drones or something like that. That I really believe that would be likely.
Where'd
but
it go here? See, but this looks like just an airplane. I don't know.
Yeah, that looks like an airplane.
Yeah. Yeah, those are just freaking airplanes. I don't know. Yeah, no. I think people are looking for crap to talk about.
I think we got a lot of schizo. Like, honestly, I feel like we've come full circle. Like the 70s, were kind of the heavy drug period, so that's why a lot of people, were seeing aliens and everything and UFOs. And then now I think that we've basically come full circle. We've had a dose of like the 80s. We hit the 90s. We had the 2000s. The 2000s was different, a new thing, and then the 2010s was kind of weird, and then I think the 2020s we're kind of coming up on where we're going back to like the 80s. Like we kind of like going back to the 80s, and then we're getting a dose of the 70s in there too, almost like with people like getting on drugs and having these, especially the Ayashuka thing or whatever, where they're like seeing projections and all this kind of, I don't know, nonsense. So yeah, there's
ayahuasca. Is that what you're?
I don't know what the hell it is. Ayashuka, whatever.
Yeah,
Ayashuka something.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't know, man. I probably am on the minority on this, but ever since weed in Michigan's been legalized, people can't drive worth a shit anymore. People run red lights all the time. I mean, like, seriously, everywhere. People are running red lights like crazy. It's like now, I mean, I used to be like from my New York days, you're at a red light. As soon as it turns green, people are beeping their horns. People are flying through. Now it's like I sit there and wait a second because I don't know if a car is going to go through the light. I kind of wait and see if somebody's going to go through because.
Oh, I do that even here, even though people are more sober here, but except at night. I mean,
is it legal by you or no?
No, we've kept it illegal. Yeah, I think there's like you can do CBD or the
So it's all the synthetic stuff. I think that's the problem. Is like it's not the original real strains anymore. It's all synthetic. So I think it's all like I think there's other issues going on.
Well, they're trying to regardless of whether it's real or not, they're being additive. They're trying to make like get higher highs, and so they've like made super plants. Even if it is plants. Like they're basically genetically engineering for them for the best high. So it's like,
I think I don't know. I think it's a problem because people like, dude, I so many people, especially at the markets, man, they have their vape pen and they're just pounding that thing all day long. I'm like, how do you even function? Like,
I bet that's why these people are complaining. So. Bought a house and it stinks. This may come off as racist or controversial, but I'm genuinely seeking some help. Me and my partner, kind of gay, bought a house which was previously tenanted. 2 mid-20-year-old gentlemen. They come from a country that occupies a greater part of South Asia, and the whole house smells like butter. No.
Smells like what?
Butter chicken with a side of saffron rice and garlic.
God.
Lamb Rogan, Josh.
So they were Indians. Dot, not feather.
Curry. Yeah, dot, not feather.
They're
saying like they can't get the smell out of the wall.
No, it'll never come out. My grandparents bought a house. Oh my God, it was in the early 90s. No, yeah, it was in the 90s. They bought a house, and it was from an Indian couple. And from the day they bought the house till the day they moved out, my grandma moved out after my grandpa passed, it smelled like fucking curry. Like, it never stopped smelling like curry. That gets in the walls and never comes out.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yep, it does. It is. Hey, we've covered a lot of news today already. Looking for some more. I can't believe there's like still talking about Kamala Harris. Whatever happened after her drunk video came out?
Her basically a post-election thing.
Yeah. I haven't seen since then. But I did find it funny though how when Trump was he in France recently? Like Joe Biden was like eyeing him, like she wanted to jump him.
Oh yeah, that and well, the daughter pretended to be disgusted, like acting like she was disgusted by him or something.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Was it his niece? Whichever one. The diary. I forget.
Oh, the diary that says that Biden showered with his daughter.
Yeah.
When she was like 13, which is just some massive pedophile stuff. Yeah. You see my Lions are 12-1?
Yeah, looking like they might be going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they'll lose. They get the Super Bowl to lose. I want them to win. I just have no faith. I've been down this road. It's an abused wife, man. I've watched this thing 100 times.
Well, at least you're not having to be a Rams fan and watch them move to LA and get dick.
Are they LA Rams?
Yeah, they're LA Rams now.
Is that who Stafford plays for?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I hate anybody that Stafford's on. It's like I absolutely hate.
See,
it was a love-hate relationship with the Lions.
It wasn't Stafford though. I honestly think that okay, you like if put Stafford in the system that Goff is in, and I think he crushes it. I swear to God.
No, I don't think he has the ability to. No,
I think he crushes it. I don't think Goff is that much better than Stafford. I feel like that's a stretch.
No, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know because you had some great players, and I just like he would do these.
Yeah, but they didn't.
He would do these 3-yard passes like behind him, and I don't know, man.
I feel like that's coaching. That's on.
Yeah,
coaching.
Definitely it was coaching,
yeah.
But I don't think Stafford was all that, and I think he had a. I don't know. Plus, the guy was a douche.
He may be that. I'll give you that. He may be that.
Yeah, he was a total douchebag. So I've heard a lot of stories about him around town. It was more of a good riddance when he left than anything else. But I mean, you had Calvin Johnson, who clearly was an amazing player. The guy could jump 6 feet in the air and catch a ball. Like
I feel like he was. I feel like he wasn't a team player though. Like
Calvin,
like a lot of like fancy wide receivers are like that though.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Yes, they did have one of the worst lines in history, and I did nickname Stafford as Mr. Glass though because how many times he broke stuff.
Yeah, I mean I think he probably could have like took care of himself a little better. I think he wanted to prove whatever he felt like he had something to prove.
Yeah,
I feel like he didn't have. I feel like if your O-line sucks, just instead of like trying to do something when just take a regular sack and then or throw it away if you can throw it away and then go about it. I feel like he tried to do some stuff that he couldn't do. Like he's not a Cam Newton. He's not a. I mean, even though Cam Newton had his own problems, he's not a Kyler Murray. He's not any. I feel like he tried to make moves or do something that dance around in the pocket. Like you're not like that. Like Stafford is a good pocket passer. He needs a good O-line. He needs to be well protected and have all the time in the world to throw. And if you give him all the time in the world to throw, he's going to make good throws pretty well.
Yeah, but you need people that can catch the ball. And they only had one person that could catch during that time.
Yeah.
So that was the problem too. But I don't know. I just hated Stafford.
You're just going to be a Stafford hater for
I 100% hated Stafford. If you go back and look at my timeline on Facebook during those years, it's like I hate Stafford. Stafford sucks. Pull Stafford. That's all I would say during Sunday games. I actually got to the point where I stopped watching for about a year and a half because I just got so sick of watching Stafford play. And like the best day of my life was when they traded him. I was so happy when they traded him. I don't care if they traded him for a rock. It was get rid of him.
Oh my god.
Well, you're wrong, Magoo. Sorry.
Stafford. Oh.
You're wrong. I hate him.
Oh, see, Magoo is Magoo's a true blue, or well, I guess true red for Georgia dog. He's a dog for life, I guess.
Is that where he came out of? Is that where Stafford came out of?
Yeah.
And Stafford's wife's a bitch too, so she was bitching about being in Detroit the whole time.
I mean, I would.
I don't know, man. Downtown is not nearly as bad as it's actually come a long way in the last 10 years.
Really?
Yeah. Well, look who took over downtown and who lives downtown now, and you'll understand why.
I mean, rich celebrities or what? Like...
No, it's just a difference of people that live downtown now. So
positively or negatively?
Positive.
Oh, okay. I was sitting there thinking like
it's not as dark.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like they're moving more to Chicago, right? Like they're going down the road like to Chicago instead of like I don't want to be in Detroit anymore.
No, they're moving to the burbs. They're all moving to the suburbs because downtown is becoming too expensive, man. You can't touch an apartment downtown for under $2,000 a month.
Wow.
It's crazy how it's changed. When I was growing up, you go down to Woodward, which is where the main drag through downtown, and every building was looked like it'd been bombed, looked like freaking Beirut, and it looked awful.
So I guess high class tenants raising the.
Yeah, but they've people have come in and they put businesses down there, and it's clean and it's actually really nice. So, yep, still disagree with you.
I'm gonna agree with Magoo. I'm gonna agree on both counts, Magoo. I agree with you. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Magoo. I just disagree with you.
Michael Vick is the best Falcons quarterback of all time, regardless of dogfighting.
Hey, I have no problem with the dog fighting.
He had that dog in him. Let's just say.
I had no issues with the dog fighting, man. Let him go.
Oh, they did let him go, but after he served a good time, so.
Yeah, they'll do that, but if you knock out your girlfriend in an elevator.
Yeah, yeah. To me, which one's worse? To me, is the league because there's more than that. Like, wasn't there something that did, like this year? one of the players? I forget.
I don't know.
I haven't been following it close enough. I feel like somebody got suspended for like drop kicking their wife or something like that.
I mean, what were the circumstances?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I mean,
was he justified?
Yeah. Like, I have a friend that used to tell a joke. He's like, "What do 50 battered women have in common? They just don't listen."
Yeah, they just don't. I remember.
Yeah, they do. You're right, Magoo. They do. But I don't know, man. I'm hoping the Lions go to the Super Bowl. I'm not counting on it though. They'll, like, in classic Lions fashion, they'll lose the game that they should win, or they'll get a bad call, and yeah, it'll be over. But I don't know, man. The Lions defense is all third stringers right now, so they got to get some of those first stringers back up in there before, because that game against Green Bay was really too tight, like really too tight.
Well, maybe if you get the O-line a meal like this, maybe they'll be able to. Maybe they'll be beefed up enough to kind of protect Goff to be able to win a Super Bowl.
Guess the chicken for $100.
Oh God, that's awesome.
Ooh, hold on. I don't know.
Did you hear the chirp?
No way.
Chicken for $100.
They inserted that on.
Oh, yeah, they had to have.
Ooh, hold on. I don't know about this one. Let's see. That's KFC. 100% KFC. Gotta be.
Going back for more. Not even touching the other ones.
The taste is unique. Very unique.
It's because it's not real chicken.
That's Publix chicken. No,
Publix does have good chicken.
Smell? That's Publix, yes. That's Publix, 100%.
What's that one on the end? I can't see that.
Popeyes.
Churches?
This Popeyes right here. This is my favorite. Yes. 100% Popeyes.
Popeyes does have the best
You can
spicy
tell
chicken sandwich.
the way Popeyes make their chicken is different than any of these. I don't know what else you got, but this one is for sure Popeyes.
You hear the chirp again?
That's Church's. That's Church's. Look.
Now, why didn't they do the Lord's
Yeah,
chicken?
that's Church's right there. Look at this. You see the cracks in between the chicken? I can feel it. They have a bigger crack in it than any of the rest of them.
Chicken?
You can tell that this is Church's.
Oh,
That's
honestly,
hilarious.
I haven't seen a Church's in forever. Like,
Yeah, I haven't seen one in.
I feel like they all shut down.
There's a couple in downtown Detroit, but that's about it. Or like in the outer reaches of the city. But why didn't they have the Lord's chicken in there?
Because they were doing like wings and stuff, whatever.
Well, you can do chicken strips. I don't know. I think that Chick-fil-A has good. The chicken biscuit is good, but everything else I don't like. I won't get anything else but the chicken biscuit. So I only go there for breakfast.
I like the chicken sandwich and the spicy chicken sandwich. They're pretty good.
But I don't like their chicken strips have a funky flavor to them.
I like them. They're strips. I don't like the nuggets. Okay, out of all the things, I don't like the nuggets. Nuggets.
If you see a Church's, that means you're in a shitty neighborhood. Is that what it is, Magoo? Okay,
yes.
Just making sure.
Yes.
Okay,
if you're in a Church's, you probably want to check your hip. And check
make sure you have your gun with you, your gat.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that. Maybe I just avoid all the Church's chickens.
Maybe I was trying to avoid all the Church's.
Yeah.
Look, I'm becoming a ready atheist. I'm just gonna avoid all the Church's.
I'm just gonna avoid Church's.
Even the regular. Well, look, you You might have a churches in a churches, like in the churches. If you go to certain neighborhoods, you might have a churches in the churches.
I didn't see a churches in the Atlanta airport. I was shocked. I should have seen. There should have been one in the Atlanta airport. We did go to a Chick-fil-A.
Atlanta's trying to appear high classy, but you go to downtown and
I was.
That's why if I go to Atlanta, I'm probably in Marietta, not Atlanta.
I was so uncomfortable in that airport. Oh, that was the worst, man. Not a fun airport to be in. I felt
like go outside and like south, a little bit.
I was more comfortable in the airport in Johannesburg, South Africa, than I was in that place.
Dude, Atlanta airport, I've only done it twice, and it's like,
oh, it was awful. It was absolutely awful. Well, just a bunch of retards.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.